Good evening, everybody. My name is Mr. Brandon Sevick, and I teach orchestra here at North Hills. I teach 6th and 7th grade along with Mrs. Craig, and the 8th grade all the way to the high school. Welcome to our winter concerts. I always enjoy the orchestra to kick off the winter holiday concert season, which is busy for everybody. So without further ado, we're going to continue with music. We're excited to show you what the students have been working on and working so hard diligently in their classes. So again, welcome to our class. I hope you enjoy.
Johann Sebastian Bach composed his 6 Brandenburg concertos in 1721 as a musical gift to the Margrave of Brandenburg. Each concerto showcases a different combination of instruments and style, revealing Bach's endless imagination of mastery of a Baroque form. Brandenburg Concerto No. 3 is written entirely for strings, making it one of the most energetic and unified of the set. The music bursts with rhythmic drive and a brilliant interplay between the different string parts, creating a lively conversation full of motion and sparkle. The outer movements are filled with joyful, dance-like rhythms, while the middle section offers a moment of calm, often performed as a brief improvisation or expressive passage before the energy returns. Full of balance, excitement, and invention, Brandenburg Concerto No. 3 captures Bach's genius for turning pure musical craftsmanship into something joyful and timeless.
Was an American composer, arranger, and saxophonist known for his work in both jazz and concert music. A longtime collaborator of film director Clint Eastwood, Niehaus combined his background in big band jazz with a gift for colorful, expressive writing for orchestra and winds. Millennium is a vibrant and cinematic piece that celebrates the excitement and promise of a new era. Filled with bold rhythms, rich harmonies, and sweeping melodic lines, the music has a sense of forward motion that feels both dramatic and optimistic. Niehaus's background as a jazz musician shines through in the rhythmic vitality and lively contrast to the piece. Millennium captures the energy of progress and the spirit of looking ahead, a fitting tribute to both the close of one century and the dawn of another.
Nikolai Rimsky-Korsakov began his career in the Navy. After his 2.5-year tour, he began to study composition in St. Petersburg. He then later was appointed to teach composition and orchestration at the St. Petersburg Conservatory. He was most known for his ability to write for each individual instrument and make them each sound particularly impressive. He achieved this by taking the time to learn how to play each instrument that he wrote for it. He loved setting well-known Russian folk tales to music. Snow Maiden premiered in 1882 and was based on a fairy tale which depicts the everlasting opposition of forces between keen frost, winter, and the sun god, spring. From Act 3, the fiery dance of the tumblers depicts the unique talents and balanced energy of the Russian street performers. Korsakov is recognized for his sense of color, magic, and mystery that he managed to include in his music.
Baltic dance is inspired by the rich cultural traditions of the Baltic region. Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania, these countries reclaimed their independence in the early 1990s after decades of occupation, and their music and dance reflect both resilience and celebration. The piece captures the spirit of joy and freedom, with lively rhythms, energetic melodies, and swirling dance-like passages. From its mysterious opening to its exuberant finale, Baltic dance evokes the pride and vitality of nations celebrating their regained independence.
Night has endured for generations as a carol of peace, comfort, and quiet reflection. Its simple yet graceful melody has a way of drawing listeners into stillness, where hope and light break through darkness. In this arrangement, the familiar melody is expanded with enriched harmonies that add warmth and depth, allowing the music to glow with new color while preserving its gentle character. Shifts in dynamics guide the listener through moments of tenderness and intensity, giving the piece a sense of movement and emotional contour. The stylistic touches woven throughout, whether in phrasing, texture, or pacing, invite the listener to experience Silent Night with fresh ears, while still honoring the timeless heart of the original carol.
George Philip Telemann was one of the most prolific and admired composers of the Baroque period, even more famous in his lifetime than his friend Johann Sebastian Bach. Known for his inventiveness and charm, Telemann wrote music that was full of color, rhythmic vitality, and warmth. His Concerto in D major is a bright and joyful example of his style. The music sparkles with lively rhythms and graceful melodies that dance between the string sections, showcasing Telemann's gift for writing music that is both elegant and energetic. Like much of his work, this concerto blends technical brilliance with a spirit of fun and celebration. It captures the optimism and refinement of the early 18th century. Music meant not just to impress, but to delight both performers and listeners alike.
not many schools in the area that do this. I was fortunate to start before I started teaching North. So this is a great tradition. I think we continue because we can play on the floor that just street players or even just bands can't perform without being together. This year I tried to make music that you would hear in the city. So things you would hear in Hines Hall or the city, things you hear in Boston. So I hope you enjoy and without further delay, I'll let you know what
Written in 1741, George Frederick Handel's Messiah has become one of the most beloved and enduring works of the holiday season. Filled with soaring melodies and powerful choruses, it tells the story of hope, joy, and peace that shines at Christmas. Handel composed the entire work in just 24 days, inspired by a deep sense of purpose and faith. Since its first performance, Messiah has brought people together all around the world, uniting singers and audiences in celebration. You'll recognize the famous Hallelujah chorus. We share this timeless music in celebration of the spirit of the season.
I would like to welcome a special guest to the stage tonight. I think this is my 8th year teaching Orioles, and I have not conducted that sleigh ride once. So we're going to see how long we can keep that going on. Please welcome to the stage, Mr. Louis Beaver.
Imagine sitting by the fire, the snow falling, and writing about or composing music about the winter, holiday season, or snowfall. The perfect scene to compose holiday-esque music. Well, that was not the case for Leroy Anderson. He composed Sleigh Ride in the summer of 1946 as a diversion from the effects of a record-breaking heat wave for his inspiration. His original intention was to evoke winter rather than Christmas specifically. However, the holiday association stuck. According to the American Society of Composers, Authors, and Publishers, the royalty organization, Sleigh Ride topped all other Christmas songs for popularity in 2010 and 2011.
We're going to draw 50-50 right now for 2013. And that's called the winner. If you could please just meet on the next table and What number is 455929? 455929. Four, five, five, 929. Okay, just my closing remarks is, he says in every concert, we highly encourage private lessons for every student. You get one hour of instructions not based on the running, or based on the running style, I'm sorry. It's not given by group ability, or you have the opportunity to perfect individual skills and greater accountability and discipline. This is right after the list of my teachers who concert. Check that out. If you have any questions, please send us an email. We have the upcoming events at the factory program. Please check that out. Second Orchestra is playing at the Black Broadway tomorrow. 7th and 8th grade parents, I will be sending them the permission form for the Black Broadway article. Please turn that in next Friday. And some thank you students. Thank you for the students, right grade students that own our program. Thank you so much for doing that. A big shout out to Chris Coffin in the back. With the PowerPoint, the lights, the sound. Chris Coffin does so much for all of our concerts. Let's give a big round of applause for Chris Coffin. Mr. Weaver, he coordinated all the wind players. He was a rehearsal for Slam Rock and section for wind players and conducting. So a big shout out and thank you to Mr. Weaver. And production specialist and the rear Mr. Hickory as well. Thank you for all your support. Really, I can't say enough. All of our support for everything we do here at music. It's not like this everywhere. And as I said, other concerts, it's difficult to see the big picture when you're in it. Coming from somebody that was not in this picture, the same thing else out there is really quite special. So, school board, thank you so much for all of your support. Carol Richard, our principal here at the middle school, so thank you for being with us and all your support as well. Ms. Peters, thank you for all your help with the middle school students. And last but not least, my partner in crime, Mrs. Craig! Thank you for supporting music on Hills. Thank you for everything that you do for that as well as all of us. So please give your parents a round of applause.
Blending holiday cheer with a touch of patriotic flair, Jingle Bells Forever reimagines the timeless Christmas favorite through the spirited style of John Philip Sousa's The Stars and Stripes Forever. Listeners will recognize the familiar sleigh bell melody, but dressed up in the grand march tradition, complete with bold brass fanfares, lively counter melodies, and the unmistakable Sousa-style piccolo flourishes. It's a festive fusion of Christmas and Americana, guaranteed to bring smiles and maybe even a little marching spirit to the holiday season.
everybody. Have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful holiday season. Have a safe trip home. And have a wonderful holiday season as well. Have a great day.